Hello, this is Jess, and good to see anyone who might be watching this. Hello. We're going to go right into the chat session number 68, January 7th, 2018. We're going to go right into 1789. America's first presidential election is held. Voters cast ballots to choose state electors. The first election, only white men that owned property were allowed to vote. George Washington won the election, and our system was at least starting. I don't know if it was born, but it was starting. We had an election, president was elected, and it's been going on ever since. I'm not sure if I totally agree with the whole way it's put together with the Electoral College. The argument is that smaller areas of population won't have as much representation, so they allowed a certain amount of electorate people that vote for their states. It doesn't add up to me, but I haven't researched enough to have any kind of point or counterpoint on that. And that goes out to Austin. If you get that, you'll know what I'm talking about. Alright. Anyway, today was our first presidential election. 1927. The Harlem Globetrotters basketball team travels 48 miles west from Chicago to play their first game in Hinckley, Illinois. By 1936, they had played in over 1,000 games in the northwestern part of the United States. Over the years, the Harlem Globetrotters have played in more than 115 countries for over 120 million fans. They have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, numerous shows about their tour and stuff that they do, and then they also had 2 animated series during the 70s, and they have a permanent exhibition at the Smithsonian Institute. So the reason they're called the Harlem Globetrotters, because when they were formed, only white people were allowed to play on the professional teams, and so he formed these guys up, and he named it after the Harlem area, famous at that time, I guess, the famous black area, and that's why they're called the Harlem Globetrotters. They didn't even play there until the 1960s, but that's what they were called. And I believe it said Wilt Chamberlain was a Globetrotter at one time. There's some other mentioned some other famous players that came from their start. I guess they got it with the Globetrotters and stuff. Alright, that takes us out of the tidbits of history. Working on a puzzle. Getting through most of the hard parts now. It's a couple of palm trees that I'm throwing together that go across the landscape of the picture, and the sky is pretty much laid out. There's pretty neat. There's a couple of chairs that you sit on the beach, and a fire in one corner with the sand, and out on the water there's a couple of sailboats. And yeah, I've been working on it for I guess 3 days now, and hopefully wrap it up here in the next few, if I spend any time on it. But going back to work for a longer period of time, starting tomorrow, and hopefully I can push till 2 o'clock or whatever for a while, and then work my full schedule. I don't know, I may work the full schedule tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. It's healing up. It's just taking a long time because it's healing on its own. The incision is separated. The skin was too tight. It couldn't hold, and so it's just growing from within, he says, and healing upward. Pretty wild, but it is, I guess, healing. It's not anywhere near closed, but it's getting there. I mean, I can see a difference from a week ago. I've been listening to music, a lot of Yngwie Malmsteen, a lot of Mozart, Willie Nelson, Iron Maiden, Dream Theater. When I'm working this puzzle, I throw my Spotify musical journeys on, which you can go to Spotify and follow if you like to hear. Also, I listen to everything. If you don't believe me, go check them out. I tend to like obscurity as far as not very many people hear certain things. I'll listen to it if I can find it, that kind of stuff. And I think it's intriguing in my mind to hear different kinds of music. Let's see, I've watched numerous programs on cable here, Netflix. I don't know Netflix. This isn't a commercial for them or anything like that. I'm just telling you how I watch my programs. I'm getting up into season 7 of Frasier. Started season 1 a long time ago, and I'm on season 7. There's 11 seasons of that. I'm sorry, 10 seasons of that. No, 11. There's 11 seasons of Frasier, and I'm in season 10 of 10 seasons of Friends, watching that from the very beginning. So I'm on episode 1, season 10 right now on that. I've been watching, winding up these original Star Trek, Star Trek Deep Space Nine and Star Trek Voyager. I'm in season 3 on each of those, around episode 16, I think, on all of them. So there's only 3 seasons of the original Star Trek, so that'll be gone. I can't watch the same program, like some binge watching or whatever. It's just like music. I like to mix it up, So that's why I do that. Now I can watch 2, maybe 3 of something the same, but it's after that. I like to have variety, I guess, in that area as well. The visuals, the stimulation of that with the music too. I pretty much need to hear different stuff. It's just the way that is for me. But it's also taught me how to listen. I can pinpoint instruments and get how they're, what they're trying to do as far as, but it'll also help me feel it better too when I can zoom in on the bass or a guitar or drums or vocals or whatever. Keyboards, that kind of stuff. But anyway, okay, so we are, I guess we're going to call it a night. Hey Darren, what's up? Hey Charlie, Joel, Vinia, Linda, just some friends of mine, if they happen to be watching. Hey, what's up, Ricky Bobby? And maybe if they are, that's good. I probably always appreciate, people viewing them, giving me some feedback on stuff. Like I said, I think I'm gonna call it a evening. Get back on this puzzle and be truthful, be happy, and let's look out for each other, okay? And football, I guess the Saints win and the Jacksonville Jaguars win. The Jaguars defeated the Bills and the Saints defeated the Panthers. And so now we have the next rounds coming up, and I'll speak more about that next time. But that's the first wild card weekend of NFL. I got out of 4 teams, I got 2 correct and 2 wrong. So that's that. All right. So have a great Sunday evening. Bye.